Sorry we're a little bit late. I got pulled into a meeting, but we're here now. And so you're going to get a devotion entitled, It Is Okay to Fall Asleep. It's based on last week's gospel lesson, Matthew 25, verses 1 through 12, 1 through 13. The focus, though, is on Matthew 25, 5 and 6, which read, When the groom was late in coming, they all became drowsy and went to sleep. But at midnight there was a cry, Look, the groom, come out to meet him. Now I am an early riser, always have been and always will be. My parents used to have a picture of me on their wall of when I was 3. I had gotten up early before anyone else and decided to make can cakes. They discovered me at the stove with a pan full of flour and cherry 7-Up. When I became a little older, I was always the first to fall asleep at sleepovers. It didn't matter if everybody came over to my house. Parties at my fraternity house that they threw became used to my early exits as I would leave to go to sleep. It was more than a few times that I fell asleep on the phone with my wife while we lived in different states. I'm pretty much useless from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. when helping with a new baby because I wake up so early. So when Jesus speaks about the 10 bridesmaids becoming drowsy and falling asleep, I feel attacked. That would have been me. Heck, that has been me falling asleep early. I take solace in the fact that all of the bridesmaids fell asleep. It wasn't that the foolish ones fell asleep, the wise didn't, and the wedding reception started only with those awake to join. If that were the case, maybe the wise ones would have been the one to pack Starbucks, but that's not what Jesus says. Everyone fell asleep on the job of staying on the lookout for the groom. Translating this to the Christian life, because that's what this parable is really about, this means it's okay to have spans when you unintentionally lie fallow, times when your faith isn't as vibrant, stretches where you feel, as Bilbo Baggins said, like butter scraped over too much bread. Your Bible reading plan lapses, you miss a Sunday worship, your charitable giving takes a hit, you get angry at a friend, you avert eye contact with a panhandler, you don't post about the latest hot button issue on social media. Idiot, that's probably faithful to refrain from doing. You get the picture. What's going on is not that Jesus expects us to always be on as Christians, but that we stay the course, that we move forward in faith and trust. When the foolish bridesmaids woke up, they didn't have enough oil, so they ran out. Not ran out of oil, but ran out of the room. They took their future into their own hands and left, going to try and find their own. They didn't trust the groom. The wise ones stayed. Even though they fell asleep, they were prepared to meet the groom. They knew they weren't going to be punished for failing to keep awake, but welcomed because they're through their trust in the coming groom. They stayed the course, even though they failed, because they believed in the grace of the one to come. So, if your faith is drowsy or wide awake, take heart, for Christ is coming to start the party. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for joining me on this week's devotion. I hope you heard this word of grace. Please like or share with someone you think needs to hear it. We hope to see you in worship, but if not, our benediction is the same as always. God be with you till